Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren Lawless and I am doing van life.
So in today's video, I'm going to be going over a common question I've gotten asked quite a few times already, and that is how and why did I choose a Ram ProMaster to do van life in? Hopefully by the end of it, you'll have a better understanding of why I chose the Ram ProMaster, and also if you're considering van life, hopefully it gives you some information so you can decide on what van you would like to purchase. Now, before I begin, I want to encourage you, if you're considering van life, to do some test driving of all three of the models that I'm going to be talking mainly about in this video. They all drive differently and they all have different aesthetics. And then aside from test driving, I would also recommend renting out a converted van already, just to do a weekend trip in, a week-long trip in, just so you can get a feel for van life and make sure it is what you want before you go spending all that money. And that's also going to help you down the road with determining your blueprint and what you want in a van and what you can live without. So with that, let's start deep diving into the three most used vans, common vans in the van life community, and that is the Mercedes Sprinter, Ford Transit, and the Ram ProMaster. So to start, I'm going to start with the most expensive van in the market, and that is the Mercedes Sprinter. It is a very luxury brand.
This van has 3 wheelbase options, 2 roof height options, and you can get it in 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive.
Now, the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter does offer the longest and largest van on the market with their 2500 high roof 170 wheelbase extended. Some cons of the Mercedes Sprinter not only include the price point out of the gate, but also the high maintenance costs. You also have to find someone that is specialized to work on Mercedes Sprinters. Not every mechanic knows how to work on these types of vans. And also parts can be hard to come by and also expensive, which may delay your repair of the van down the road. Jumping down to the next van in the price lineup is the Ford Transit. So this make and model is more expensive than a Ram ProMaster, but cheaper than a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter.
This van has 3 wheelbase options as well as 3 roof height options. You can also get it in rear wheel drive and all-wheel drive.
Because Ford does offer 3 different roof option heights, this does mean that this Ford Transit has the highest rooftop that you can get as of right now in the market when comparing these 3 vans together. What's great about the Ford Transit is that practically any mechanic will know how to work on a Ford Transit, and parts will not be nearly as expensive or hard to come by as a Mercedes Sprinter. The only real cons of going with the Ford Transit is that it does have the narrowest body. And now lastly, we are going over the Ram ProMaster, which is the van that I decided to choose for van life. So here are the reasons why I chose the Ram ProMaster compared to the Ford Transit and Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. So when talking about the price point, the Ram ProMaster is the cheaper option.
This van has 4 wheelbase options, currently 2 roof options with a new one coming out soon, and is a 2-wheel drive van.
What is great about the Ram ProMaster is it is the widest body of the 3 options that we just went over. So you can actually put your bed horizontally in the van to create more space for other things in your build going vertically. Whereas for most people in a Ford Transit or Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, their bed is going the length of the van, which takes up a lot of space. The Ram ProMaster is also the most squared of the 3 options. It might not sound like a big deal, but to me, I think it is. When you're standing in the van, the cargo area is more squared, which means it's going to be a heck of a lot easier to build it out than the other vans, which are slightly more curved. So that just means a lot more stencil work when making your cabinets and stuff like that. Just like the Transit, the Ram ProMaster, generally any mechanic should have the knowledge on how to work on this van, so that it's very reassuring when living out on the road. Another thing I love about the Ram ProMaster is how it drives. I love the fact that I sit high up, my turn radius is phenomenal, and also the front is really short, which I just like. I don't know if that's a thing with other people, but I like having the short front. Now, some downsides of the Ram ProMaster is that it is a front-wheel drive van. There is no 4-wheel drive or anything like that to my knowledge. I have also heard that the vans have the lowest ground clearance when compared to the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter and Ford Transit. So in the video I discussed the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, Ford Transit, and Ram ProMaster, but I do just want to say there are also other vans in the market that I have seen people do for van life. such as the Chevy Express, the Nissan, and the Volkswagen. So there are other options, but these were the three main ones that you will see in the van life community. And then quickly, just a few other things to consider when purchasing a van is the color of the van. I hear that black vans tend to get very hot in the summertime. That's why I went ahead and did white, although it is very basic. I personally love the color white, so I'm hoping that that will help me stay a little bit cooler when I'm traveling in the warm weather. And then the other thing to also note is that you can get vans in a lot of different colors. I could have gotten this in yellow, red, blue, but just also keep in mind that having a colored van will make you stand out a little bit more. So I am a solo female traveler. I don't really need to or want to stand out when I'm traveling by myself. So I went ahead and just kept the basic white. And then throughout the video, you heard me mentioning roof heights that are available for these van options. So if you want to be able to stand, have clearance for your upper head cabinets, and just have more realty space to work with, I would definitely recommend the high roof. Well, I hope you found this video helpful in understanding why I chose the Ram ProMaster, as well as other options in the market if you're interested in doing van life. So with that, I hope you consider subscribing to my YouTube channel so you don't miss a beat. My next video, I plan to kick off my van build series, so it is finally happening. I will be going over why I'm deciding to do the build myself, and then also kicking it off right after that with the very first step of my van build process. So until then, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.